Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good.
Any requests for the roller? Do you feel like opening your chest or your hips first?
Chest.
Chest. There we go. We'll take that likewise. Oh.
Yeah, I know, what maybe just.
Okay. All right. So get the mats down, get your roller set up down the midline. And then you'll go ahead and roll back, aligning your spine with the center of the roller. Be sure your head feels supported as well as the tail. And then feet, ideally would be 4 to 5 inches apart, so with your hip socket. A little wider is going to be more supportive for balance. But then we'll open the arms out to the side, reach them out in a T position from your body, and go long through the fingertips. You can rest the back of your hands on the ground if that works for you, and then try to keep at least part of the hand on the floor as you roll side to side. Stretching your body, making a curved shape like half of a hoop over the roller. And then just go from side to side, you're massaging up the space between your shoulder blades, the area by your sacrum, and the base of the skull simultaneously. If your hands stay pretty connected, that they're grounded, that they're bolted to the floor, you're going to feel a bigger stretch in your chest wall as you curve from one side of the roller to the other. Giving the back a chance to relax and the front of the body to open and stretch. We'll come back to center. Stabilize through your feet. And then we lift the arms. Inhale to embrace the air over your chest, over your heart, and then exhale to pull the space apart between your fingertips as the arms descend. Inhale for the full lift. Ballerina type arms, a little bit of a curve, and then exhale and push the arm side, sink into it as the arms float down slowly to the ground. We come up, inhaling, going slow enough to feel the weight of the arms as you lift them away from the earth, and then come out and down on the exhale. Again, go a little slower than gravity would like to pull you to the floor. You really want to feel the effort involved on both the lift and the lowering, and not just rush through this to just feel the movement, though that can feel good too. We try to create some resistance by going slower than maybe you would like to. Big exhale, as if the air you blow out through your mouth pushes the arms aside. And then inhale, imagine that you're taking vacuum as you suck the air into your lungs, going deep into the lungs, the arms float up. And exhale, push the arms aside with that breath. Doing it one more time here to bring the arms parallel to each other, point the fingers to the ceiling. As you exhale, just release the shoulder blades down a little heavier towards the ground. Now inhale, the arms lift up, the shoulder blades pull off the roller, and exhale, the blades sink down. Shrinking the shoulders away from the floor, and then releasing the shoulders down and in towards the ground. Inhale as the arms rise, so this is a fairly small movement. Exhale and release. You do want to feel that stretch across the back as the arms lift up. And then stretch across the chest as the arms sink back down. Elbows stay straight. You work the front of the body and the back of the body. And one more like this. And then when the blades are down, let's just turn the palms forward and lengthen the arms down either side. So we'll inhale to bring the arms up to the ceiling in parallel, and exhale back by your ears. Beyond that open, stretch it out. And we bring the arms forward and we wake the scapula and exhale all the way forward and down, lengthen at your side. Arms rise. And then reach back. You might not get all the way to the ground because we're also trying to keep the curve in the middle of the spine constant. Hands touch simultaneously as they move forward. Inhale to lift. And exhale to reach back. There's a little bit of abdominal contraction here. Prevent the back from arching additionally. And then bring the arms forward, and exhale, pull the belly deep. Navel the spine as the arms lower down. We'll lift one more time. Pushing the other side as you move up to the apex of the movement, and then back by your ears. And then reversing this direction of these two rainbows at your side, coming all the way forward and down. Next, we bring the hands to the shoulders, little elbow circles, pull the elbows in and up. Exhale, wide out, around, and down. Circling in, then lifting. Exhale, out, around, and well. Really allowing the shoulder blades to shrug and then to release. Get as much mobility here to the whole shoulder girdle as you would like to. Open the chest as the arms descend. Up again, exhale, out wide, around, and down. And one last one like that. Feet spreading into the floor and sinking themselves. Now let's reverse. Elbows go down and then wide, around, forward, and lift. And repeat it. If you can, fingertips stay on the top of the shoulder. A little bit of a closed chain here. And of course, if ever you feel unsteady while you're doing this, taking a ball between the thighs and squeezing it will help you find your center. Not using the ball, just be aware of the inside edges of your feet and the inside edges of your legs engaged. We'll complete the circle, extend the arms forward and out, palms down as you reach for the end of the mat with your fingertips. The arms lift up and then back on the inhale, and exhale, circle wide around and forward. Turn the palms down at the end of the action. Going up and yawn your body movement, and circle out wide as you can. Arms lengthen at your side, and then rotate palms down. Reach up, reach it on back, and then you can spread the palms open by spreading the fingers apart. Turn them down, and then lift again. Deep exhale to rest all the way around so the hands are at your side, the arms parallel to the roller. Now we reverse, so with the palms up, you circle out, back, and lift as they go past the head of the shoulder. Exhale, push the air out of your lungs, rolling the arms forward to the floor. And reach out again. Big sweep. And then exhale and a big press. Inhale like this, opening the arms helps you open the rib cage so the lungs can fully inflate. And then lowering the arms down helps you press the air out of those lungs. Let's do one more in this direction. Sweep it wide and back. So angel position, and then exhale forward and down. Diamond arms to end the series. So thumbs together, index fingers together, elbows wide. You press the hands lightly into each other to form up the inner line of the arms, and then inhale to sweep them back. And exhale to pull them forward. The arms sweep back here, frame your face. And exhale, come forward to float over the abdominal wall. Two more. Inhale all the way back, lengthen, and then exhale all the way forward, and pause. And do it once more. Maintain a constant pressure, hand to hand. And exhale on down. We'll take the arms to your side and then slide off of your roller. And here, bring it across the shoulder blades. Okay, supporting the hips with your hands. And grounding through your feet, lift the hips up. And we're going to go back and forth. Gather up your hoods, gather up your hair, gather up your jewelry. And you push and pull as you bring the knees forward. Drop your head, lift your hips, use the back line of your legs and your glutes. And then as you push away from your feet, lift your head, think upper up curl, the waist will sink down. Elbows can move in a little bit here. And as you pull the hips up and the knees forward, drop the head into the cradle of your hands and with the elbows widen and drop to the floor. And then exhale, chin to chest. Go into the spinal cord. We'll do that once more. You can always move your feet forward or back if you're not in the right position or relationship between the heels and your hips. And then come forward into flexion. Here, lower your hips down and just rotate to the right. And then exhale and spiral and rotate to your left. Twisting across the roller, massaging up that edge of your scapula, and then Going to the other side to do the same there. You work a little bit into your obliques and this twist. Straighten the opposite hip around it. You should also feel that work diagonally across your back. One more set with this. Come to the other side. And then let's slide on a little further down to take your neck onto the roller. On the outside edges of the roller, keep the wide and the knees knocked into each other. And then just slowly turn your hip from side to side. Let your head, your neck be heavy on the roller. You put a little pressure down with your head in order to really get a deeper tissue massage into the neck. You might want to roll right across the occipital ridge. You feel the bones on one side of the skull, then a little hollow there, the bones on the other side of the skull. And then we can change the angle of your face, either lifting the chin up or lifting the eyes on the back. Pull there. And then just try varying the position a little bit more, maybe tuck the chin down in. Sometimes it feels good to do little circles with your face. And then, of course, you'll want to reverse your circles. If you hit a spot in your neck that needs some help, stay there. Do some micro movements back and forth over that exact area to let it start to release for you. I know that we'd love to spend the rest of the hour doing this. We're going to move on. So we'll take the lower out from under your neck, slide it across under your legs. But remember that's a great thing to do for yourself as we move into the holiday season and the end of term. So roll it across the sacrum, hold the knees in, lift the legs up to the ceiling, and scissors right leg back, and forward. And we switch on the inhale, and then we switch on the exhale. Just stretching your legs. Maybe you've been at the desk all morning. And then here we'll come to the top of both legs. Excellent. Rotate and pull the legs apart sideways as you inhale. And exhale, close from the upper inner thighs. Hold the thighs together to push your heels. And take the legs apart again. Draw an arc across the sky. And then close that arc. Narrow it in until it disappears. And we bring the legs open again. And exhale, close. Gaze up and slightly back. Ensure the throat stays long. And the blades are heavy underneath you. One more time like that. Exhale, close. And then left leg up, right leg up to the side. As far as you can, keep the left hip down and then exhale, pull the right leg up. Work it up slowly. At the top, it stays, and the left leg goes out, drawing the arc down towards the floor. Exhale and lift, and again, go slower than the leg would like to move. Feel that work. So you're going to open it slowly to gradually increase the feeling of stretch through the upper inner thigh muscles, your adductors, and you pull the legs up here. And then let's do the same for the left. Give that a chance to open just a little further. Exhale and then pull to bring the legs vertical. And one more set here. Right leg first. Hold the left leg steady. It reaches for the sky and stays there, and the other lifts to come next to it. And the right leg is stationary, the left leg moves. Put more weight to the right side of the body, help stabilize your core, and then exhale to come up. Now legs in parallel bicycle. Let's pull the right leg forward, the left leg in, and slide your toes across the mat if you can. We're working for a little hip opening here as the leg moves forward and extends out. If this this doesn't feel good in your back, the chances are either that your hips are tighter than you thought, in which case don't go for the floor, do a smaller range of motion, or perhaps that the roller's in the wrong place. Try adjusting it so it's right across the center of your sacrum. We're going to finish the circle and then reverse when you're ready. Right with the foot out across the ground, straighten the leg before you lift it up while the other one's holding it. Just sort of scuff the floor lightly with your feet. The toes touch and then the balls of the feet follow. Continue to open up, stretch your legs, stretch your hips. And then both legs up to the sky. And we'll bend the knees as we inhale, exhale, lower the feet to the ground, keeping the knees bent. Lift your hips and maybe rotate the roller, check its position. Be sure that's comfortable for you. It may have slid a little bit away from you if you aren't holding it tightly enough for your attention to lapse there for a second. So we'll just slide your left foot forward. The knee might end up a little bit bent, or it could end up straight. You choose. And if it feels like it's too much for your back, you would have the option of pulling the right knee into your chest. Otherwise, you can have the knee bent and the foot landed onto the mat. However, if you like where you are, stay there, and then let's bring the left arm back. So the whole left side is in a feeling of extension and stretch. Use your inhale to breathe into that leg, and your exhale to settle the weight of your body towards the ground. And we'll do that again. So inhale, stretch out long through your fingers, through your heel, through the sole of your foot, and exhale, let the body release into gravity and fall towards the center of the earth. Breathe in again completely, and exhale slowly. Now let's pull that leg back in, bring the arm forward. And here we go for the right side. So the right leg stretches out. Again, you have optional positions for the opposite leg, but also you could choose to bend your right knee. The straighter will give you more stretch across the hip. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, take the right arm back by your ear. Stretch the whole right side long. I think as you bring the hand back, the blade slides towards the waist on that right side. You're going to feel a little bit of a tug, a little bit of a pull across the top of the hip and crest on the right side now. Modify as you need to, as you want to. Find the length again as you inhale, and the weight and softening of the body as you exhale and drop towards the ground. One more breath, just like that one. Sigh the air out, clear your mind, clear your lungs. And it'll bring the arm forward to the roller, slide the foot back in, push down with your feet, lift up using your glutes and your hamstrings. So push this up in the air, take the roller away, and roll your spine down. And here, let's slide the left leg forward, pull the right knee to your chest. Get in tight, and then we'll pull the right knee to the right armpit. Pressing the left hip down, maybe left hand on the left hip and press, to be sure that the pelvis is level and stable here on the ground. And then keeping your right knee out to the right, bring the thigh perpendicular to the torso, either resting the foot on the ground, or you can hold the ankle with your hand. Trying to open the inner thigh, open the hip. And then we'll pick the knee up, left hand on the knee. Pull it first towards the left armpit, or foot diagonal up and across the body. Maybe feeling this in the right glute. And then we'll bring the knee across the body so the thigh is perpendicular to the torso. Extend your right arm out, turn your head to look at your right hand, and keep the right shoulder blade down. Do this diagonal stretch across your back and across the glute here. A little bit of stretch diagonally across the chest also. And then exhale, unwind the body, pull the hip down, bring the knee up and embrace it in once more. And then stretch it forward, shake out both legs. Take a moment to acknowledge what you did, feel the difference right versus left. And then we'll pull the left leg in to do that process on this side. So first pull the knee in tight, press it. But maybe think of reaching out to the left sits bone, and maybe even swinging your tail a little to the right to maintain some length in the left side of the waist. And then from here, we're pulling that left knee up and in towards the armpit on the left side. Right hip presses down, right thigh can press down, give you a bigger stretch on the inner thigh. And then let's open the knee out and down a little bit so that the thigh is perpendicular to your torso. Here again, and either rest that foot on the floor. Try to push the right hip away from that left one. A little bit more rotation here, the torso, as you're working against the weight of the leg. And then we can pull that left knee up and pull it diagonally across the body with the right hand towards the right armpit. Reach long through the tail, reach long through the left sits bone. You're not crunching the left side of your waist. See where you feel the tightness, where you feel the pull in your body. And then we'll compare it to what happens when you bring the knee a little lower, point to the wall, and rotate off of the ground with that hip, waist, and the lower part of the ribs. The left arm extends out and turn your head to look along the arm to the fingertips. And breathe into the stretch as well. One more breath here. Exhale to pull the hip down and hug the knee in. Extend that left leg forward, shake out both legs again. And then here, just take a moment, arms to your side, palms up. And breathe to feel how much better you feel than you did when you walked in and laid your mat down on the ground. Okay. So from here, legs together. We're going to lift the arms up to the ceiling and then bring them back by your ears to roll up to a seated position. Lift the arms, lift the head, neck, and shoulder. Exhale, pull forward. Suck your waist back as you dive over your legs. Stretch the hip forward and down. And let's roll it back. Roll the tail up. Rotate the pelvis around your femurs. Go down low over your sacrum, over your hips, your waist, your ribs, your shoulders, your neck, your head. A line on the mat here, a straight line down the middle of your mat, and we rise again here. Arms first, shoulders are heavy. Lift the head neck. Exhale, kind of bend through the rib cage. So you're not just pulling from your hip flexors, you're going to feel the abs work too. Take your dive and suck your waist back into any part of your spine that feels tight. And then we roll back again. So moving here on the mat. So keep pulling the tail up through your legs to keep that curve going and so you get over the lumbar curve in your spine and you can lay everything down and stretch it long. Let's do this once more. Up slowly. Exhale to lift before you need the extra oomph there. Dive forward, take this out and turn the fingertips, out over the big toes, and then back we go again. We are going to roll back into our upright curl for hundreds. So as you roll back and approach your upright curl, you can pull the knees in, arms at your side, extend the legs up. Inhale, start pumping. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe in fully, completely. Exhale as much air as you can out of your lungs. You keep trying to push down with the tip of your scapula into the floor so that you're really engaging those upper abs. Have a deep bend right below the chest. And as you zip the legs together and press right into left into right, you can feel not only the inner thighs engaging, but also a little firming up in the transverse abdominis, the lower abdominal muscle, particularly below the navel above the pubic bone there. So breathe in completely. Exhale. This is a breathing exercise. We're trying to build heat in the body and improve the circulation in the whole body, toes to head and back again. One more breath like this. Exhale, slowly let it just seep out of your body. And then we can fold the knees in and lay it So turn your head easy from one side to the other. And we'll reach for the hairband and place that on your right foot. Just across the ball of the foot, arch to the center of the band on the foot, and then extend the left leg out. We lift the right leg up. Now, if you're tight in the hamstrings, just bend the knees enough that you can bring the foot right over the hip socket and straighten the knee if you can. We're going to inhale to point the foot and exhale to flex, roll heel ball toe and toe ball heel. Our poor feet need all the help, all the love you can give them. Most of the time they're supporting the whole weight of the body. And then here, soft point to circle. Elbows are grounded. Inhale, break the leg across the body to the left. The right hip is grounded, and then push the leg low. Exhale, rotate out to the right, and then up to the top in a neutral position. And reach again. Short, deep inhale for a quarter of the circle, and exhale all the way around. Keep breathing out. Keep exhaling, exhaling, exhaling to the top. We want the shortest inhale and then the longest exhale possible to again engage the abdominal wall. That forced exhalation really calls the transversus into a strengthening mode, right? It's really working to wrap itself around the lower part of the body here to protect your spine from whatever action you're doing. So here at the top, we pause and reverse. Exhale, rotate, the right leg moves to the right, the left side gets heavier, sinks into the ground as you circle. Drag it across, come up to the top and at the end of the exhalation. So think about drawing a big circle in the air like a clock face. And you only want to inhale for the first 3 hours and exhale for the rest. If that's too easy, go to 2 hours, inhale, and 10 on the exhale. Do what works for you to challenge you here. Yes, it's important to feel the stretch. It's equally important to feel the grounded weight of your body without shifting the weight, but it's also important to feel that breath moving in and out of your lungs and helping you access your abdominal wall. Let's come here to the top, and we'll take both ends of the band in your right hand, elbow down on the ground, and then rotate the leg externally and bring it out to the right. Left hand on the hip bone for extra support, or the arm extends out and you look at that hand again. So we rock the leg gently, slowly, towards the shoulder and away. Exhale to pull the leg up. At the top of the movement, we switch hands onto the hairband and then extend the arm out. Bring the leg over, spiraling the hip off the ground, keeping the shoulder blade on. And once you're there, you rotate the leg internally to increase the diagonal stretch through the glute into the low back. And then you'll pull the foot towards your shoulder. Exhale to unwind, left shoulder to waist to right glute to lift the leg up. Give it another little hug, a little tug here onto the band. So the straight leg lifts for that additional stretch, and then pull the knee in and the band comes off. Pull the knee into your chest again as you stretch the other one longer, and then release the right leg to the floor. Stretch it out, shake it out. It's amazing, it's even lower and more relaxed than it was previously. So that's why we love this exercise. And we pull the left leg in, bend the foot, lift the leg. Again, be thoughtful about the back of your knee. You want to feel a gentle stretch, but not a strain. And the same goes for the hamstring here on the back of the thigh. So with the leg up in the air, just give it a little tug here, give it a moment to stretch, and then inhale to point, and exhale to flex the foot, heel ball toe, and then toe ball heel. And if you're tight in this back line, of course, bend the knee, as long as you still feel that stretch. Maybe pull the elbows down closer to the waistline to increase the length of your neck. And then we point and begin our circles. Inhale across the body to the right. Exhale, go low, out to the side, spiral the femur head on the hip socket. And we bring that leg over again. So while you're drawing a circle in the air, you're also rotating the top end of the femur on the joint. And we reach. We're allowing the forearm to pivot here from the elbow. So the hand and the forearm follow the path of the leg, the diagonal of your TheraBand. Where you pull both hips heavy and both shoulders heavy onto the floor. Let's do one last one here. This is where you feel the stretch. Good information for later when you do this on your own. And now let's reverse. Out to the left. The right side is grounded. Deep push the leg forward, around, sweep it low. Drag it across and bring it up high. And reach again. Should be a smooth flowing movement here. The feeling of flow is one thing that we look at when we're trying to consider what makes a really good Pilates workout. Movement is smooth within the exercise and then also between the exercises at the higher levels. Let's do one more circle. Just reach into the band, feel its support, but also feel its challenge so that you try to reach the leg further and further into space. And here at the top, the left hand will hold the band. Rotate the leg externally, reach it out and down at your side. Right hip is still grounded with a little extra weight in the right side to increase the stretch you feel in the inner thigh. And then we rock the leg very slow and smooth towards your shoulder and away. And exhale. Pull the leg up, switch hands. Inhale as you bring it across, extending the arm, and spiraling the hip off the ground while you put more weight in that left shoulder blade. Pull the foot towards your shoulder and then rotate the leg internally here. Increase the stretch so you can get the stretch where you want it, where you need it. Bend the knee if it's too much. Straighten if you want a little more. And then exhale, unwind, go from your right shoulder to your waist to the left glute. The leg lifts the ceiling. Again, find an extra little pull here for the back of the leg. And then fold the knee. The band comes off. You can hug the leg in and then slide it forward, switch it out once more. Hips should now be really more relaxed and open here. You take your hands on your hip bone press and then feel them angled slightly out laterally. External rotation to the pelvic calves. Okay, so here we'll pull the left knee into your chest, lift the right leg up to the ceiling and rock forward for rolling with the ball. Coming up to balance on your sacrum near the front third of your mat. Hands to your shins, elbows wide, curl the tail up and suck the belly into the spine. We inhale to lift the tail, shift to your weight, roll your shoulders, and then come right back up to balance on your sacrum. Keep your gaze fixed down. If you see the ceiling, well, you might see the ceiling, you're going to see the ceiling between your legs when they roll overhead, but try to keep looking down your nose at your abdominal wall as well. Breathe in to start to move it back, breathe out to come forward to balance. And when we're like this, chin stays tucked into the chest to protect the head and neck. No slamming of the head onto the floor. That idea. So here we go. Pull the right leg in for the first of the ab series. Left hand to right knee, right hand to the right ankle. Roll back slowly as you extend the left leg forward. Pull the knee tight to your chest. We inhale and switch. And exhale and switch. Belly goes out to your working level. When you begin, it might be vertical. As you build strength in your core, it goes low. Keep it off the floor. Now we want to feel some weight, some work. Also pulling the leg in, we're working for some flexibility at the knee and at the hip. We'll end with the left leg in and pull the right leg into meet it, one hand to each shin. Double leg stretch, arms and legs reach up, reach the fingers and toes. Circle wide, embrace the knees into your body, hold on to your shins. So we reach up and away from center. Your body forms the shape of a hammock as your waist sinks into the floor. And as you stretch, by the exhale to pull everything into your center here. Two more like this, reach long, circle around and in. The circle should be beautiful, right? So it's just as important as any other movement that you're doing. And then right leg up, scissors, left leg long, inhale, switch your legs. And exhale, switch again. Reach high up towards the ankle if you can. Try to pull your head a little higher. Get more work into the upper abs. Do one more set. And lift the left leg up, bring the right leg to meet it, hands behind your head for support. Pull the head up and the elbows down and double leg, lower lift. The legs slowly trace across the ceiling. Feel the increasing load into your abdominal wall. Exhale and glide the legs up. Try to pull your chest towards the thighs. And reaching out. As the legs get lower, don't allow yourself to flatten out of that upper back curl, but really feel the increased work in it as you hold that shape steady. So we push the legs away. The range is determined by your ability to keep the spinal position against this movement, right? So if you flatten and drop your head down, you definitely have gone too far, or else you just start concentrating on what you need to think about. We'll do one more like this. So a smaller range of motion could be exactly what you need today. Don't be afraid to do that. So here we twist to the right, and then we twist to the left. Coming forward, up and around. Try to lift forward off the ground. The only part of the shoulder blade that's on is the very tip. The leg moving forward gives you some weight into the opposite hip. So really stretch that out and push the hip into the ground. See how that activates the lower part of your obliques. We end to the left, pull the knees in, and lay on down. Okay, and then just stretch the legs forward, stretch the arms back. Open up the front line of the body again. And now we're rolling up, lifting the arms, head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, pull, and then open the legs so that you're sitting upright for spine stretch. Yep, you made it. Good. All right, so press the arms just a fraction down, so up to your inhale up, look at the horizon with a soft gaze. We look down, our nose, chin to chest, move the head and neck first. Then allow the head to move the shoulders, the ribs one by one, the waist pulls back, and you draw an arc here, like a horseshoe on the side, as you come over, diving down. Press down through your heels and your sits bones, stack the spine coming upright. Sit the back up an imaginary wall, and the collarbones broaden so the shoulders can melt behind you. Look down again. And peeling your back away from that wall. Try to pull the waist back. And almost get a feeling of hollowing out the belly into the spinal curve. And then feel the ground, push into it as you rise. As you lift your gaze, your chest will widen. And we'll go over one more time. Start with the inhale, look down, and move forward with the head of the neck. Exhale to continue over and down. Hold onto your ankles here. Pull your waist back, stretch your spine, broaden across the sacral area. And now we slide the feet in for open leg balance and rock row. So rock back onto your sacrum, find your balance point here, and we extend the right leg up, then rotates a little to the outside of the shin, and exhale, pull that back in, flexing at the knee. The left leg extends. Good, shoulder sinks down, and exhale, bring it back. Touch the heels, the edges of the feet together, right leg lifts. It may or may not get straight, that's something that happens eventually. And then rising here with the left, pull it down, now both legs. So they both go up. If you wrap your hands around the bulk of the calf muscle, and then hands slide in. So the arms are inside the legs as you go down. Do it again. Pull your balance point here, or occasionally not, and then we do that again. Yep. Never really tried until you rocked back a few times accidentally, right? So now we're going to rock for real. So look down at your abs, try to round your spine more, lifting the tail and thinking of a deeper upright curl. Inhale to lift the tail to roll, and exhale to come back to your balance. But to judge how much energy you need, it's a little hard on the first one because your body is preset for rolling like ball. And now the leg position changes your center of balance. So we roll again. Try to figure out where the center of balance is. Some days easier than others. And then we rock one more time. To come up, close the legs, bend your knees if you need to. The arms come up and forward, and then we roll the spine down, push you out through the feet, come down, and then lift the legs for corkscrew. We're actually gonna bend the knees here, feet go down, and we're gonna work into the advanced corkscrew. So the way we're doing this is we're just going to bridge up first. So arms at your side, knees bent. Begin with a pelvic tuck to curve up with the tail. Lift all the way up here to balance across the top of the shoulders. You can even roll to the outer shoulder to lift your chest and your hips a little higher. Now, let's just roll out of your shoulder bridge here. Just do one for fun. Come all the way down, press your waist down. Have a really slinky spine. Come all the way down and release the tail. On the next one, what's going to happen, we're going up the middle of the body, working up the spine, center here on your mat, come up to the top. Now we'll twist the hips and the chest to the right while keeping the arms and the shoulders in position. And then go down on the body just to the right of the spine, about 2 inches to the right. We're going to feel a line of muscle. We're going down that line of muscle all the way to the hip. And then we're curling up, holding that slanted body, like you're a sailboat, tipped over with the wind. Come all the way up to the top and then roll from the right side through center and over to the left. So the body's on a diagonal, the legs are trying to stay still parallel. And then we come down the left side of the body, shoulder, ribs, waist, hip, glute. The tail doesn't touch because it's on a diagonal here. Because the left side is on the ground and the right side is tipped up. And then we're coming up, hold that rotation through the body. So we're working in a different plane than normal. Come back to center. And again, so rotate your chest. The chest won't rotate as much as the hips will, but at least start to get the rotation through the upper body. And then we curl on down from the right shoulder blade to the just 2 inches to the right of the waistline, 2 inches to the right of the sacrum and tail. And then we're coming up. Hold that diagonal, coming up. Legs, hold your position here as if you're inside a very narrow corridor. And then we come center, and then we rotate the body to the left and come down on the left side of the spine. And we go up the left side, center, and go right down the midline. Does that make sense to everyone? I know it's a little different concept that we usually work on in the Pilates movements. Anyone have any questions? Want me to look at it? Feel good? Okay. So the reason we're doing this, and you may want to watch one first before you attempt it. So in the advanced corkscrew, what happens is we come up into our jackknife. Right? So you lift up into like the shoulder span, lift the legs, tip the hips to the right, keep looking up and up at the ceiling, and don't turn your head. Then you come down on the right side of your spine, really push into the arms so you have some control on the way down. When the hips touch, the legs go to the right. They go forward, so you rock across the sacrum to the left. Pull the legs in, exhale. Oh, hard to talk into this. Come up twisted and then center. And then we twist the hips to the left. Go down on the left side of the spine. And you're sort of thinking about the feet drawing like a flower bulb or a raindrop in the sky here. Push to come up and center at the top. And then we would come right down the midline. So obviously to do that, you need to be able to have like a pretty consistent jackknife shoulder stand. It's tricky because if you don't get the twist right, and if you bring the legs out too soon or leave them out too long on the way up, you can really torque out your back. So you have to understand how to do that shoulder bridge with the tilt and be like really secure in it before you try to do it, adding the weight of the legs and the hips. Does anyone want to try it? Yeah, I have one. So 2, okay. So I would say for the rest of you, just continue with the shoulder bridge going up and down, and then on the tilt, right? I'm gonna come look at the 2 of you and then see if I can help you. Because it's hard to like, this one I found I had to understand it mentally before I could actually physically do it. So If you're doing this on the screen, you have the same choices. Go first. Yes, so with that, down, all the way down on the right side, so around to here, forward to the left, but also all the way into center, pushing the arms come up and then tap, so up, good. You come down to the left, line around, but I will keep your core supporting your hips. Yeah, good. Center try to lift your feet a little bit there. Nice. Down. I think you're far out, so it's only very narrow cells. But just a slight, just a little bit. Don't let it be too far out. You get really stretch you out to get lower. That's the order of the neck. So really, we talked about when we talk about people in up, narrow at the top. Yeah, on the other side. Go up center. Yeah. And you can see where like really miscalculated on this. Right? Let's see, in order to come up. Top center, maybe down the left. Right. Good. And go on the right. Center and the right side. Fine. At the end. I see your glasses. I want to step on. Oh. Okay. So anyway, that starts, that's one of the ones that we start working with in the intermediate advanced work, but it actually is not one of the easier ones, right? Because it requires a really good awareness of your body and a lot of control when you're doing something that is off center, really, compared to what we normally do in our workouts. So hope that was fun. And here we're coming up next for, well, let's do saw. And then we'll pick something from the end of the program. So we'll bring the arms out to the side and the legs are apart. Lift up and sit perched on your sit bones. Elevate your hips if you know you're tight in the hamstrings. We'll rotate to the right and dive over. Reach out long to the fingertips in both directions. Forward and back. Stack your spine coming up, center here, and then spiral and dive over to the other side. Reach out long and low. Opposite hip is grounded. Pull yourself up, center here, twist and dive. Upright, center, and round and curve again. Here, rotate, spiral, and reach. Upright, center, and do that again. We'll come up and do one more set. Lift here, unwind, and then spin in the opposite direction. Coming up to center, arms lower. Okay, so we're going to look at a side bend. So different options here for your mermaids, we call them. So if like pressing weight into the wrist is not your thing, you can do a version here with the mermaid where you have your feet in what we call like a Z-sit position. So if I stand like this, you can probably see. So I have one leg externally rotated and one internally rotated, right? So you would sit down like this. If that doesn't work for you, some people actually will do this with their legs extended out in front of them. But you would take your hand to the shin, lift the arm, and side bend away from the other side. And then come up, arms extend, go down with your hand, go out onto your elbow, lift your waist, lift your ribs, drop your head to come into a side bend stretch. And try to reach down through that top sits bone and hip to increase the stretch you feel from your hip down, from your ribcage down to the sits bone. And then you can press into the ground to come up and go over again. We're just going to do one on the other side, and then you can either continue with that or we can look at the one in the side plank position. So hand to the shin, lift the arm and dive over, anchoring down. You push again into the floor with the sits bone. Same side as the lifted arm. The tips to the side to side bend your neck. Lift to pull up, arms extend. Take it out, side over. Good. Thanks for leaving class to go vote. See you next week. And then take it over. Oh, I said I was only just going to do one set. Anyway, so that would be, that version is comfortable for people who are not comfortable, you know, putting weight into their wrists in a side plank mermaid version. So for that version, we'll have the bottom leg extended with the knee just a little bit bent. And the top leg, instead of being stacked on top, you bring the foot in so that the heel of the top foot comes in at the base of the toes of the bottom foot. So, and then the edges of both feet are on the ground, right? We want a medium open position, the hands spread in onto the mat, because when we lift the arm here, we start with the hand joint by the ankle on the lower cut of the calf. You want to shift your weight forward, so you push through your feet, shift your weight to bring your shoulder over your wrist. Go into an arc, drop your head, feel the support from the bottom leg, and also from your arm into your lat. And then coming out of it, you lift the arm, you start to lower your hip. Now the work here is happening at the tricep lat to bring yourself down gradually. Because God knows you don't want to just like thump down, because you could, you know, it's going to be uncomfortable on the hip bone. So let's do it again. So legs pressed together. Look at your hand resting on top. Shift your weight, coming up. Push the edges of your feet down. Try to lift your rib cage up, your waistline up. Then it falls, and then bring it down slowly. Okay, good. Let's do a couple on the other side. So with all of the side bends, we are really trying to open up the side seam. This gives you also a little bit of work into your side plank. It's part of the side plank series in the more advanced Pilates work. So here we go, spread the palm open, really spread the fingers wide, and the hand a little in front of the shoulders. Look at the other hand, push into your legs, push off, bring your shoulder over your wrist. And then dive over. Now try to really orient your chest to the wall. It's like your whole back line could be against the wall here. Bend your knees, start to come down gracefully. Get the support from the armpit area to come down with control. And then we lift again. Scoop the arm up. So I'm showing you this because I know we've got very new beginners to Pilates here, but we also have some people who've been doing it for years. So, and I think it's interesting too. Even when I was a beginning Pilates student and would never have thought that I would ever be able to do this, I still was so fascinated to see it and then to understand like how the progression of the exercises bring you to that point. So it's a question of like time and how much effort you have, and also certain things about our bodies make some exercises easier for some people than others. Usually everyone I know who's been through Pilates has their exercises that are like not really a problem, maybe they have to work together, but it's not really a problem. And then the exercises that you like beat your head against the wall until your body has an approximation of that exercise the way you think it should be. So we just have to look at, you know, developing a practice in a way that suits us, but that also challenges us. So I'm going to keep bringing in some of the more challenging exercises so that we know that that's where we're headed to. Okay, so I think that is it for today. Hope everyone enjoyed it, and it was fun to have you here and work with you again on this kind of overcast day.
Thank you.
Everyone go vote.